Welcome. Hello, fellow Whovians. Look at that. We are on time. Ha ha ha. That's right. We're actually not running behind for once. My name is Paparazzo Dave Chapman. I am one of the co-hosts here at The Legend of the Traveling Tardis. And really, when the showrunner's away, the rats will play. So I'm running the show today from a closet, not my usual space. We've got a very, very fun little episode. We're almost time for November for the we don't know what the exact dates are anniversary specials for Doctor Who for the 60th anniversary, the return of David Tennant, the return of Catherine Tate, and it is a return. So we're going to look at a primer. What are the essential episodes that you need to watch from the initial pairing of Catherine Tate and David Tennant to kind of catch you up to what we think is going to best prepare you? Because we don't necessarily know the plots. We know bits and pieces, obviously. Depending if you've been watching this, if you've been watching the rumors, we have guesses, but that's all we have. But you know what else we have? We have a couple other people besides just me. So let's start with the Reverend Amagon. Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Dave. Yeah, I took off for a weekend last year just to try and recall the whole year, all the faces and all the places, wondering where they'd all disappeared.
That's about right.
Heavy.
I was going to put X's for show superfan, but my old youtube.com / Reverend Amagon stood in place. But, I can do both. I can also be on the Legend of the
You know that, right? You can change it in the middle of the show.
Oh, that's true.
Right, but why would you say X's for show? Oh, wait. Because we have Kevo. How's it going?
Yo. Yeah, no, Tom is our super fan. I don't remember the last broadcast we had without Tom chiming in. We love having him. Yeah, I'm excited for next month, just like everyone else. I almost didn't know what to wear today. My husband was like, "You've got a T-shirt with Donna on it," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I do have a T-shirt with Donna on it." So I'm wearing my Powerpuff Journey's End shirt, and I'm ready to talk some Dr. Donna.
Woo! And last but not least, me, because there is no one else today. Someone asked if David Melanie are at the helm. Not even that much. It's just me, folks. So I'm going to be here doing the finger guns, and we're probably not even going to run a commercial because we don't know how long this episode is going to go. It's going to be pretty low key. We're going to go through everything. We are, in fact, going to rock the universe. We will see. Yes.
Okay.
We'll hit some of these first up comments. Remember that when the Doctor's regeneration scene was done by Chief Effects in the classic Who era? Y'all just got to see that in the countdown. I don't know why Christian doesn't like that countdown video. You can probably be guessing that I'm going to be running the show if that goes on first. Maybe it's like the first Doctor regenerate backwards into Christian. But I'll have to redo that come the new year. We got 2 more regenerations, and I'm a little sad because that first opening scene of Jodie is one of the best visual spots of her era. Was that very first introduction? So I'm really hoping that I'll have something cool to kick in for 15 and 14.
Exciting.
Yep. Time is irrelevant. Lunchtime double soak. No, that is not. We're not doing Douglas Adams. Thank you very much, folks.
But Lunchables are very relevant.
Yes, exactly. Lunchtime's maybe irrelevant, but breakfast is not. Especially because you have 2 of them, so it is double relevant.
There you go.
There we go. Hello. Have fun playing the mouse today in Christian Basil's absence. Yes. Hello, Roger. Oi, spaceman.
Hello, Kevo.
Excellent. So let's take a look at. Now, you guys gave me lists. I meant to write them down. Heaven forbid I should do that. But I think the one thing that's going to have to be on everybody's lists, we might as well just quickly talk about it, and then I'll let you guys actually go through your proper lists. Is Runaway Bride, because that's 2 seasons.
The intro.
Exactly. This is the end of season two, beginning of season 3, Christmas special between the two, however you want to number it. And so this is the beginning of these two, and why was so popular. Donna came back. Kevin, what did you think of that episode? Why is this an essential episode?
I mean, it's the introduction, obviously. This episode is so weird. One time when I was showing a friend Doctor Who, because chronologically it's true, we went directly from the end of Doomsday into this episode. And so that's always funny when you think about it. The dramatic sad ending of Doomsday leads directly into this madcap romp. And I enjoyed it at the time, but I genuinely vividly remember walking around my apartment complex in Disney College Program housing in 2008 as we were waiting for Series 4, having just rewatched this episode, being like, this is going to be a nightmare. She's terrible. She's obnoxious. She's rude. She hates being here. Why are we excited? It's not at all times the best first episode for someone who will become a major companion, but it's the first one. It is a classic episode. It is funny, and knowing that she softens enough to become a regular companion makes any roughness go down a little bit better, because you have to know if she is as popular as she is, there's got to be something there.
Live stream video is not clear again. Can you please fix that? I don't know if that's everybody. Is that just me? It's clear on my end. There's not much we can do to fix that, unfortunately. Everyone looks clearer to me. I'm a little bit funky because I got a blur on, because again, I'm sitting in somebody's clothes closet. But if anyone else is choppy, I can't. So other people are saying it's clear. So it might be a glitch on your end there, Roger. Hard to say.
Roger.
Honestly, I didn't like Donna in her first episode, but really started to enjoy her when she returned. And I think that's a valid statement, because I still don't love Donna. I'm going to be very honest about that right at the beginning of all of this.
She can be a lot.
Not my favorite. She's and I want to.
For context, who is your favorite, or who are your favorites?
I mean, I love Ace.
Not like pressure. Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, Ace is probably one of my favorites, kind of always. I enjoy the dynamic of the pawns. I'm not going to kind of squish in. I mean, Captain Jack and River are going to be favorites, but they're also not regular companions, right?
And I can see where that's not the same energy that you would that Donna gives, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. No. But I mean, as far as the new ones, probably the pawns are probably my favorite. I love Graham.
Okay.
I don't like Ryan at all, but I love Graham.
It's kind of it's okay.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't have good companion energy, and I don't love his he has a growth arc in there, and I just don't love it.
Right.
But that's nothing saying he's a bad character, bad actor, anything like that. It's just that particular character didn't connect with me. Same thing with Donna. A lot of people love Donna. I don't hate Donna. I'm not going to never watch anything because Donna's on it. But she's, And I did go back and watch a couple of the episodes, both that you guys had recommended, and then kind of looking for lists on the internet as you do.
Right.
What are some of the top ones to pick and choose and pull? And there are some great episodes, regardless of whether it's Donna or not, in this era. So that's a good thing. Yeah, Jim's having problems, not clear there. Ryan should have been an occasional companion, with Yaz and Graham being regulars. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what the new companions are. What did you think of Donna's initial appearance? Because I know you're a fan, Rev. You're a Donna fan.
I like Donna. I don't have any particulars against most companions. A couple that you said made sense. It's fitting, but yeah, this was not on my top 3, then top 5 list. It's important because knowing Catherine Tate, she's a comedian and everything else. That's why they brought her in with all this horrible nature and such. Say, wow. But it does set the stage of when she returns. It's like, oh my God, it's you. So that's what made it hilarious, because we see how bad it was. And it's like, okay, she's calming down a bit. Say, okay, she's acceptable. She's gone. We won't see her again. But when she comes back, it was just the hilarity came through. And that's when the team pumped up together. Like, okay, we're going to do this together. That's right. That's right. And all the comedy bits and comic relief. Red Nose Day, that's what,
and
for me, that's what built up everything.
Here's in the comments as well. That's one of Candyman's favorites, is the comic relief bit.
Exactly.
Jim points out that Clara had some high energy, and yes, she did. I like Clara better with Matt Smith. I wish she had left when she said she was going to. I didn't love her run with Capaldi.
It was very different.
Yeah, it was. It felt forced. There was some good stuff there, but her story arc kind of just was over.
I feel like pretty much everything that Stephen Moffat did after Matt Smith left was him just experimenting. There was no plan. There was no arc. He was just kind of farting stuff around, and that's fine. It wasn't bad art, but it really felt like, A, there was supposed to be more Matt, and then B, when he had to shoot his load for the 11th Doctor, then he kind of didn't have much more left, but he still had 3 more years.
Mm-hmm. And it is somebody is going to hate me for liking Rose Tyler for the New Who and Mel Bush for the classic era. Donna Noble's just too sassy for a red-haired person and a hair color the Doctor wants, and that's a shtick they could have really gone for a little bit more. Is the redhead thing? I love Mel's great. I think she really got 8 billion times better in Big Finish audio. I did a review of the of one of the source books with her, and I said she had puff sleeves that would make Anne of Green Gables go green with envy, and a scream that would make the Hollywood Scream Queen jealous, or something along those lines. That did not work. That was not. But yeah, no, she's fabulous, and a lot of people like Rose Tyler. A lot of people do. And she comes back in one of these episodes as well. Which is kind of neat. I'll go through, Rev. I'll go through kind of what else was on your list as far as you gave me a top 3.
Yeah, you had a short list. Good for you.
Yeah,
I did 2 more afterwards.
I'm with you, Kev. I get it.
Just in case.
But yeah, go ahead and give us your 3 here, Rev. What are the essentials? What does everybody have to do?
Oh, let me bring up what I told you. I didn't save it. Okay, here we go. I went with top 3: The Fires of Pompeii, The Unicorn and the Wasp, Turn Left, and just to make it a top 5, I threw in Partners in Crime because her return was hilarious, and Journey's End because it was a sad ending. But Fires of Pompeii, I mean, history, people.
Oh,
history.
Yeah.
That's
this
important.
is a fabulous episode, and has so many just kind of cute references going back to things, because you've got Capaldi there in his initial, and Amy Pond is in there as well.
Oh yes. So we all know of Peter Capaldi, fantastic man.
Mm-hmm.
The beginnings of look at that cute redhead over there, Amy Pond. Karen Gillian is gonna come back too. I had that fondness for redheads.
Yeah.
Heaven knows. But with Fires of Pompeii, Volcano Day, everything is going on. What's going on here and there, and what's happened to the TARDIS? How are they going to escape? And then for Donna just to break down, she's so attached to this family. Said, Doctor, if you can't save everyone, but at least save them.
Someone.
And just Oh my God,
Yeah.
save one, yes. And it was just, oh my God, it just tore through his heart, and the hands stretching out. It's like, oh, not everybody lives, but at least some
At
can
least they
tell
did.
the tale. That felt good.
Yeah.
Going from Donna being such a, and her comedic relief is like, these are tears here. You have to have the feels for what's going on here. It's powerful. It's historic. It's monumental. It's Volcano Day. Unicorn and the Wasp, another historical situation of Agatha Christie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I forgot to say.
Very funny repartee in this one. Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Oh, when the doctor was poisoned, the charade situation. It's like, what's it? Salt. Too salty. Oh, it's too salty.
Oh, that's
All
too
these things
salty,
going
he
on.
says.
Yeah. It's salty, but it's too salty. And the shock. So here it comes. Who she always says she was never going to be liking him, skinny man, so spaceman.
There were
And
not enough. There were not enough standalone episodes for the Doctor and Donna in this season. A lot of two-parters and a lot of either them separate or it's a big tentpole episode. This was a huge standout singular episode that they did not get enough of this season. That was really playing into their comedy. It's a great addition to the list.
Spectacular. David put his dad in the show too, so that was good.
Yeah.
Not nepotism.
Eddie, that's
like I said.
great. Yeah, cameos don't count.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. The explanation of what happened to Agatha at this time period. Much like off tangent, what happened to the Raven, which I would love to have an Edgar Allan Poe story in Doctor Who some way, somehow.
Oh, yeah, that feels right. Exactly. Yeah. Just after House of Usher. Oh, yeah.
Last show from X's for Show was, no, sorry, 2 shows before.
Yeah.
The last one was everything playing there. So, super fan.
Yes.
And Turn Left. I mean, this is her standalone episode. What if she went this direction? Which I did take in turn for eventually write my own thing. Turn left or turn right. What's going to happen? She went one way. Look what happened. Doctor dies. Companions die. Everything goes to tragedy, all because she went the wrong direction, did not meet the Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we come back with someone who somehow broke through the time barrier to the parallel universe and somehow reach over again because it's something people wanted. Rose Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. It was kind of good to bring her back, and this is when we start getting into a little bit of Kevo disappearing completely.
Well,
I'm just looking at Kevo with your hat down. The background reads your head is like you gotta go.
Oh, so funny. That's funny.
But yeah, this is with because Rose kind of makes a couple of random just wait a minute, why is she there? Wait a minute. Which is nice.
How is this possible?
Yeah. It's a really
Torchwood.
Yeah. There was a lot of building starting here, as I think a lot of things started to see what was interwoven where.
Because it was the plan when she left. When she left at the end of series 2, they were like, "You're going to come back at the end of series 4. It's going to be this big thing," and that's when David and Russell are going to leave as well. So it was a plan. Knowing that, I guess I forgive it not being a little grander because it was 2008, and just so much of what they were trying to do back then was just such a big swing. But like, it was just that one shot of her face all up close yelling.
Yeah. Now you gave me a big list. You kind of ranked everything, Kevo.
Yes, I made an image of that list if you want that. No, I made an image of my list too, I meant. But this is every episode.
That's just every episode.
Yeah, that's just every episode of Donna. I just made that for funsies because there's only 16.
Yeah, fair.
No, but I also, I just now sent you the image that has my rankings. Because again, there's 16, so I just put them all in there. and we covered already. The big one
Right.
is Runaway Bride. I love that you brought up Turn Left, and I love that we've already talked about Partners in Crime, because now I get to talk about one of my favorite things. So Russell T. Davies is my dad, and my dad wrote this book. This is one of my favorite books. It's called The Writer's Tale, and it was an email exchange between him and the then editor-in-chief of Doctor Who magazine, Ben Cook. And it was this whole thing, and it was just going to be like kind of a light interview, and ended up being this whole book about the production of Series 4. At the start of which, the Doctor was going to get a companion. I don't know if I can get it to show up, but you can even see on this cartoon, this character was initially named Penny. At the start of production for Series 4, Donna Noble was not planned to come back. And even into the production of Turn Left, again, it might be hard for me to get, but you can see in a cartoon that Russell drew for Turn Left, the character is referred to as Penny. Like, this was the plan. And one of the production people sat down and had lunch with Catherine Tate, and she wouldn't shut up about what a wonderful time she had on Doctor Who. Could not stop talking. And this production person had the gumption to email Russell and say, Catherine might want to do a whole series. And Russell was like, no effing way. She's at her peak. She's at the peak of the Catherine Tate show. There's no way we're going to get her. And, emails back and forth. Catherine Tate moves her family to Cardiff to be able to film. Like, the fact that we got Donna Noble as a companion at all for a full series was such kismet. And so I really feel like returning back to Donna after all this time, it's clearly something that meant so much to Russell. And it's what drew him back. It's why he came back too. He just wanted to work with them at first. So these little things, even if she isn't your favorite, it was just such a weird culmination of that era of Doctor Who having
Yeah,
done.
and it was definitely important, and a lot of the episodes in that series are incredibly important to the lore and incredibly just really good, solid episodes. I finally grabbed the proper version of that.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh no, that's okay. That's on me. So yeah, Partners in Crime, Stolen Earth, and Journey's End.
Yeah, because that pretty much gives you like what happened to Donna. The End of Time parts 1 and 2 give you a little bit more, but there's so little focus on her. I feel like anything we need to know that happened in those episodes, we'll probably get right away from the specials. Like, the big meat of it is the end of Series 4.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that is the meta crisis Doctor 10.2, however 10.5. He's got a bunch of different names.
Yeah.
And that's been one of the things that a lot of people, and one of the reasons I wanted to do this episode, a lot of people are going, the what? The meta what? How
Yes.
what? There's two Tennant. What? I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. And those two episodes, it's two-parter, the two-part season finale. That's where that all comes from. Is kind of, again, and going back to his initial regeneration and we're not going to take that part out. If you want to go back and watch David Tennant's first initial episode, but this is where all of that, the meta crisis thing happens. And that may or may not be super duper important. I'm sure that they'll
I feel like it'll come up.
Yeah, it'll
I
definitely
feel like
come
it
up at
has
the very
to
least.
be mentioned.
Yeah. So it's one of those, like I said, we can only guess what is going to be best and what's not. I know I certainly had those two episodes on my list because it is, such a big deal. They're kind of cool episodes because they bring back, everybody but the dog. And, except they did because Mickey Smith's in there.
A
so
little bit.
The
but yeah,
dog.
it's a fun episode that brings in Torchwood, that brings back Unit, that has, brings back old companions. It's the two episodes are just so chock full of love of Doctor Who.
Yes.
Old and new. And I think that's one of the coolest things about that that set of them. But as far as, like I say, going into the specials, they're important because it has the meta crisis thing, and you could just theoretically just watch Journey's End to get that.
Yeah.
But why would you watch the second half of a two-parter?
Yeah, that's
Unless
pretty
you're really
much where it
crunched for
is.
time.
And we might be. Who knows? Maybe they're going to drop on November 1st. We have no way of knowing.
Yes, come
You know,
on,
and
guys. BBC, seriously, I have to schedule my entire world around these 3 episodes on my own site.
And you know, I see in the comments that a few people are talking about episodes that were on my avoid list. And I sent this to my friend, and she was like upset because she's a huge River fan, and she was like, "The library?" I was like, what's the assignment? This is a Dr. Donna primer. It wasn't a good episode for them together at all.
Oh, we'll have to come back if we have a chance. We should definitely come back to this, Andrew. The Loki stuff. Yeah, no, yeah. Mentioning Donna in the library. That is important. I agree. It again, part of this is what is your important Dr. Donna? To a certain extent, is what do you personally, as the person viewing, what commitment do you make? It's not a big giant list altogether. It's just one series. But I mean, on your avoid list, the Doctor's Daughter and Planet of the Ood are definitely really important episodes.
They're
just enjoyable.
But like Planet of the Ood is kind of a bummer, and that's part of where I was like, no, I do not think it is a top priority for you to watch an episode where Donna learns a hard lesson about alien slavery and begs the Doctor to take her home. I think you're fine not to rush to watch that one. It's beautiful. It's so well played, and Catherine Tate getting to show off her dramatic range. I'm not looking forward to crying this November because of Catherine Tate. That I'm not looking forward to, but it's gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, no, it's rough. Which is one of the great things. That is one of the good things I definitely have to respect about Catherine Tate and Donna, is that there was that all over. She wasn't just this 2-dimensional leap. Right, she definitely had a lot of stuff. Her in the library again. With bringing in River, that's important lore. Full stop. Because that's the other side of this, is not just Doctor and Donna for people who maybe already know Doctor Who, but we're also going to get people who are brand new. They've maybe, found it and gone back to watch it. Maybe they just know Good Omens. Like the fact that with Good Omens having been so big, David Tennant's name is on the lips of so many Gen Zs who just who may or may not have gone back to check out the Doctor Who, but they're seeing this new Doctor Who going, oh, he's on these shows, I got to watch this. And so that's kind of a thing, is grabbing those extra important things like your River, like your Oods, his wife,
he's having the best year,
that's
man.
That's the from a I'm not a Doctor Who fan, I'm a David Tennant fan standpoint. Doctor's Daughter is kind of Doctor's Daughter is vital for that, because that's his now wife.
And his wife, yeah. I hope she comes back.
Yeah, me too. In some way.
Yeah,
she's a big Finish, so it has to.
Yes, yep. This is very true. Same with Susan. If you want to go back to some of the companions, I'm actually curious to see if because it's her daughter now that's doing her mom's part. If I'm wrong, she's another one of the second generations doing it, or is it still? Or is it still the original actress? I don't remember.
I think Carolyn's still doing, because from the last picture I got from Big Finish, it had her and it's a grandfather. It had River, and Carolyn, and so Susan, River, 8th Doctor, and I can't remember 4th Doctor. That was it too.
Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah. So it is. Yeah, still the original. The original Susan from the first series, which makes a certain amount of sense that she's getting on, but she's still around because she was only a kid at that point. So yeah, I'd love to see Susan come back as part of that. The Doctor's daughter. We get his granddaughter. Maybe there's a right. There's a whole nother timey-wimey ball of yarn there that could.
If you're not the biggest fan of Donna, what would you like to see from her in this return? Like, is there anything that you are anticipating, would perhaps like to see from her character to see her grow?
I don't know. It's gonna be because her grandfather was such a great character, especially and that's another important part of Journey's End there as well, is some of that conversation with Wilf, who is in the specials and passed away in real life shortly thereafter. So that's going to be kind of an interesting to see how that comes back, because the end. Spoiler alert! I'm not going to hit the cliff of saying spoilers. Spoilers, sweetie. Despite the fact that one of them is literally one of the episodes we're talking about, and I probably should. But yeah,
15 years old.
Exactly. Wilf is in there as he knows what happened. Donna had to have her mind wiped. She'll die if she remembers the Doctor. Now we're coming into how the hell is she going to remember the Doctor? And her family know that she can't remember the Doctor, so what's going to happen there? So I think there's going to be some very interesting dynamics in that, bringing her back in. I think we're going to get, 15 years later, a slightly softer Donna. Not necessarily. No, that's soft is the wrong word. Less abrasive.
Evolved, even. Matured.
Because she's definitely. Because she was, I would say abrasive is definitely a term more than anything.
And but yeah, you don't mean soft like soft. You just mean like softened from being abrasive. Totally.
Exactly. Yeah, because she is a strong character, and that is a good thing. She is. If you were to make a list of all of the Doctor's companions, as far as all of his female companions, all of his not who are the strongest of a character, she would probably be top 3. I would put her and Ace in the top 3. I don't know who I would put in other than there, because there's a lot. Probably, yeah. Leela would be a good option, because you have a lot of, just to bring up Mel Bush again, because she is coming back as well. We know that in with 15. That's been very well announced. She was very much the damsel in distress. She screamed a lot, and she was a computer programmer that never touched a computer. So that her character was really held back. Again, grew in Big Finish. But there's a few of those companions that are a product of their times. And that's not a slight against them. That is their product of their times. But it is, Donna as a character is extremely strong in will, in just emotional strength, in mental strength, all of that, and that is all to be respected. So I think we're going to get that slightly more mature, because we also left her. The last scene with her is also her on her cell phone, chatting away like she's a teenager.
Well,
almost like it's like that scene was just like, that's such a different version of her. In that,
motherhood. Just it's going to turn any character, but Donna Noble is the mother of a black trans girl. If she wanted to scream at the world gave her something to fight about. And there's that clip in the trailer of "Let's Go Kick Its Ass." I believe that is Mother Donna speaking, and I am super excited to meet her. I'm excited to get to know her family. We barely got to know Sean. Maybe he'll get to talk this time a little bit. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Yeah, he's the husband. I don't think he's going to talk much at all.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Not with
we
Donna.
do. You just got to be pretty.
David Tennant just did an interview on Guardian magazine, explained how Donna Noble got her memories of having adventures with the Doctor by Beep the Meep in the episode Star Beast. Haven't seen that
It'll be
particular
Wibbly.
interview. There's going to be interviews all over the place. We'll see how they.
It'll be some BS. Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah, my favorite Dr. Don episode was the one with Ude Theta Sigma. And again, I agree with that. Kevo does not. And I don't disagree with your reasons behind that as well, because it can be a hard episode. It's an emotional episode. It's a dramatic episode. And as cool as it is to have the Ood, and as great as an episode it is, yeah, I can see that being left off for purposes of this list.
Yeah.
Bernard Cribbins, total respect the Womble of Paratrooper in World War II, played two Doctor Who roles, Wilf and Tom Campbell.
Yeah.
He was in the movie.
Yeah.
Bless.
Sorry, it's Georgia Moffat Tennant, and Tennant's real name is David McDonald. I don't know another actor with that name. What's it? I seen Georgia Moffat dressed up as Jenny during the filming of the 3 specials last year. Celestial Toymaker must have brought her back in as one of the 14 illusions. That could be a thing. I'm not.
That's.
I may have saw that like in passing, but that's.
It almost feels like a Yogi Bear.
Toymaker can do anything he wants.
But I'm most intrigued by what we don't know about these specials.
Yes.
Like hopefully there's still, like, I hope if Jenny is in it, I hope it's just one of like 50 things that we don't even know anything about yet.
Right. It's like bloop, 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 bloop. That frantic David Tennant speed. The really brought the run into things. And just kind of, and that leave some plot holes. I actually would like them to leave some plot holes.
Yeah.
A lot of them, because it gives us more stuff to just come back to, and we know they're going to want to come back to a lot of it.
Let's harken back to Sunday's episode of The Legend of Traveling Tardis, which was it Sunday? No. When was
we did have
on?
one on Sunday with San Diego Who.
San Diego
what
Who.
Episode content?
What
was the subject?
What did we do?
When Sylvester was on the show.
Oh, I think it was
Wednesday.
last Wednesday. That was last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, we've had a weird schedule
wobbly,
the last 2 weeks.
It's been a weird week.
Because Sylvester said he was not going to be in the special. So is that a red herring? Is it true? Is he a voice? We don't know for certain. But, something to go back to last Wednesday's episode of Legend of Traveling Tardis and watch Sunday's episode, which I was only part of Chet. Kevo was on.
It was fun. And that's even part of the reason why, like, we did this episode on X's for Show is Doctor Who for You, and we talked about like some episodes to like just get a sense of the show itself and see if you would like the show at all. All sci-fi isn't necessarily everyone's flavor. And I talked then about how I want to do like a 60 episode binge list, like a shortcut that's the 60 episodes of New Who to watch to get into this brand new era of Russell T Davies. And part of why we haven't done it yet is we don't know what we're going to be getting from these specials. There's so much. There's so many unanswered questions, and there were so many things left by Chibnall that are so controversial to so many people, and we don't know what Russell's going to do. So there's, like I said, it almost sounds like a Yogi Berra-ism, but I'm intrigued by what we don't know. Will he address any of it right away? Will these just be 3 fun specials that are just meant to stand alone, and he'll go into deeper stuff with Shooty? We don't know.
And there's so much. Do you guys remember as we were before Shooty was announced, right? There was all the rumors. Oh, maybe it's going to be this person. Maybe it's going to be this person. And RTD came out and said, you know what? I'm the one who let out a lot of those rumors. He played us. but not James Corden. Yes, James Corden. I have no idea where that one came from. That just came out of the blue. But he did place a lot of them.
The rumors about David Tennant returning to the role of the Doctor in the first place. We did an episode about it when it was a rumor, and we were like, "This is insane." I mean, anything is whatever; it's possible, but like, no, that's ridiculous. And then he was. So like, this is already such a landmark thing to evolve the cute concept of the curator from the 50th, and just so many things that have already been done in the time since Russell left. He's clearly excited to experiment and do new things. He had to really pace himself in 2005 because there wasn't technology, and it had fallen out of favor for 16 years. So he really had to get people back. And now it's survived without him for 13 years now. Crazy.
Right. Of all the things that are coming beyond this, I'm the fact that we keep seeing Shooty in different outfits. It more so than any other. Yeah, we'll bring that back up. Like there is in a kilt.
A kilt and a leather jacket.
Right. And I mean, we've seen him in that. We've seen him in a 60s pinstripe suit with a big afro. We've seen him in some medievally stuff. We've seen him in all these different, a very 70s leather jacket. I love that look. That the orange leather. I have a jacket very similar to that. I want that. I could see that being a straight up all the time look for him. The fact that he keeps changing is so different.
Will he even have a base costume?
60th anniversary documentary presented by David Tennant. Talking Doctor Who airs Wednesday, November 1st, 7:30 on BBC 4. Who knows when we're going to get it in North America?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll drop on Disney Plus that night.
Yeah.
We don't know what's coming still.
I think there's a new Disney Plus commercial that just dropped like in the last day or so that I haven't had a chance to see. But we'll get lots. Here's another question. Kevo, what do you guys think about RTD's statement on the latest edition of Doctor Who magazine about co-writing and producing multi-Doctor mini episodes for the Doctor Who's 60th anniversary already in the can for next month?
Excited if true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we've had Sylvester saying, no, I'm not part of it. But is he? Or is he just keeping it sly? It's hard to, he is, amongst other, is hard to tell. Andrew Garfield denying he was in Spider-Man was not, he was not the werewolf. Everyone knows he's the werewolf.
Nothing will ever compare. Nothing will ever compare.
Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, no, I'm excited. And that's the other thing with, hopefully on the 1st, if we're not going to get it before the 1st, hopefully we'll at least have a schedule on November 1st with that special with David Tennant. I cannot see them. They can't. It's November 1st. They can't hold that off any longer.
Every time someone says that, it gets pushed back another day. Just to torture us, really, truly. Unless it is specific, like, no, never, actually. Never, ever, not even when it's a Christmas special do I trust to know when an episode is going to air more than a week beforehand.
That's valid. We'll see. The Doctor Who concerts follows the documentary on BBC 4. I thought that was supposed to have aired already, but I'm glad. And then I couldn't find anything. So yeah, I'm glad because there's some great stuff from that concert that has been released officially, not just leaks.
Underwhelmed with 15's theme. I enjoy it. It sounds a little bit too much like every other Doctor's theme that Murray wrote on his way out the door.
Mm-hmm.
But he hates me, so, who am I?
Well, we'll see too, right? I mean, just hearing the music sometimes isn't enough.
Exactly. Hearing it in concert is not the same as seeing it on TV.
Yeah. and it's his character's theme, not the theme song.
No,
I believe, right? So I mean, that's also another set of. It's going to be deep in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So that having that through line to the previous Doctors isn't that bad as it might be in other cases, right? Mark has sent us some links in a chat. I will quickly pop on here. The concert aired on the radio, but not TV. Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking. I knew it had happened somewhere. I'm not crazy. Russell also said to look out for the dates: November 1st, November 17th, which is Children in Need, interesting, and November 25th. Someone also gave me a November 11th rumored date for something. I really hope it's not November 11th.
Why?
Partly because I will be off in another province at the Quad Ball Western Regional Tournament that I'm competing in, so I will not get to watch it for at least 3 days after. But it's also, I mean, that's Remembrance Day here in Canada. I believe it's also Remembrance Day in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, people over there. It's Memorial Day in the States, so it's a date that's just not necessarily ideal for that. But yeah, for me personally, it's just I will not get a chance to watch it for at least 3 days afterwards.
We hate that.
Yep. I'm
hoping it'll be on Daily Motion.
With my mother, she's not a Whovian.
Yep.
Right, I'm gonna quickly check these links here. Yes, we also brought up since we're just kind of rambling on a bit. Oh, there we go. We got a whole schedule of stuff. Oh, interesting. All right. I'll pull this over while we're doing it. But yeah, it was dropped earlier today that one of the Loki people is coming on to write an episode, along with another producer they've worked together on a lot of projects together, which is super exciting. Remembrance Day on the 11th, and there we go.
Bringing Kate Herron in is actually so funny because Russell T Davies specifically railed against Loki being praised for its queer Loki moment. So that is so interesting to see him mend fences with and bring on to work a writer that he was kind of very vocally critical of in the press.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, at least he's, you can be critical of, but still recognize that there's quality there and popularity there, if nothing else.
A great example to follow.
So here is the skit. Let me get rid of this other chat. There we go. So yeah, great. Wednesday, November 1st. Doctor Who, Talking Doctor Who, 7:30. Doctor Who musical celebration. And then again, Talking Doctor Who and the musical celebration overnight as well. Wow. So that, if you can get it live-ish, looks like it'd be early evening for the East Coast, for North America generally. Those late night times at the bottom. I'm pointing at them with my mouse, like anyone can see my mouse.
What do you mean, my mouse?
Why can't you see this? What's going on? Where's my... Now I can't take this thing off. There we go. Nope. I'm not trying to add more stuff. There
What's happening?
I'm having a Christian moment.
But only one. That's good.
Only one, yeah.
Only one.
Wait, can I screw up do we have a terrible segue that I can put in here? Speaking of Ncuti Gatwa, here's a comment. I would love to do the 8th Doctor and have his own just to make it bad.
Oh my God! Speaking of Christian,
what happened during the Time War? What do you guys think? I think we've.
Is this not Christian?
Sorry.
No.
Is this not just Christian secretly writing this comment? Are you sure? This is just him. Speaking of,
we've definitely had that conversation on the show. I don't think there's very many people who would not love that.
Yeah.
If it's done right.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
hate it, but like the way that people seem to beg for it, I don't get. It's over. Oh my god. Like new things. It's
Yes.
The
okay.
audio's been done. The comic books are done. We have to go on. The show must go on.
Like people
Yeah.
who are still saying they should make the Thrawn trilogy into movies. Oh my god. Some of them are
No,
dead.
no.
Some of those actors are dead. Stop it.
But at least
They're not
with
good.
at least with 8, right? I mean, there's been so many of the audios, so that he has all this history. We've now seen his beginning and his end. And if it's gonna happen, doing it now when he still looks like he does at the end is probably good
He
timing.
still looks great.
What's my time? I'm in Mountain Time Zone, so I'm. It is currently just coming up on 5 p.m. for me. I'm 2 hours earlier than most of the rest of the crew here.
Yeah.
Um,
Kevo and I are at Eastern.
Yes. Kate Herron was one of the names in the hat for showrunner before Restful returned. And that's an interesting. I don't know that I'd heard that, but also that is interesting because if that's a thing, Russell is the planner. He's already said he isn't going to be there forever. So this could well be a okay. Show me what you got.
I would like to hope that he is training a fleet of new Who writers, not just looking to tutor a one showrunner. Plan ahead. Make sure that, what happened when Stephen Moffat left and they had no one and Chibnall was like, I'll write it.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen again.
I'm really sad that Sagu Nakanola didn't stay, even if it's with Murray Gold. Because Murray helped pick him. Like it was almost a handpicked successor kind of a thing. And I like the stuff that Akinola wrote. He was some very good stuff, especially actually in the earlier couple of seasons. The last season was some of the least. It was just a little bit under. But the two of them together would give that, again, a bit of a blend between Doctors and help train up. Because again, Murray Gold's obviously not going to stick around forever. Will he stick around past RGD? We don't know.
He did the first time, but
he did the first time, but he also left and went, I'm done with this now.
I'm less worried about Murray Gold sticking around. I liked Sagoon, especially by the end. And there's so many great composers. We've been talking about Kate Herron as showrunner, but Natalie Holt, I believe her name is, who does the score for Loki. Amazing work, and not just amazing work in general. One of my favorite things that composers like Murray do is reuse themes. And in this last episode of Loki, they had a variant of Kang, and the ways that she used his theme, like as vaudeville comedy, so brilliant. And there's so many great composers out there.
Yeah,
so
no, it's very true. I'm not going to complain no matter who it is. I love the music. It's great. And I love, but yeah, you're exactly right. There's some amazing composers out there. I think the Murray Gold coming back is as much an additional RTD bit of hype as it is anything else.
It's who he loves, and I respect that. He's not a bad composer. He just hates it.
Oh, exactly. I love it. Is having a Christian moment like doing a Homer? Oh. Yes, it is. Almost. Not quite. It's like having a Christian moment and then doing a Homer. It's like it's a slide down. You're not quite at Homer level.
Word.
Yeah. Kevo, like new things. You say not just the Timeless Child.
No one has ever convinced me the Timeless Child is bad. Anyone who would like to have that conversation with me is welcome to, but no one's been able to.
Nope.
No one.
Nope. I won't even try.
Doesn't bother me at all.
I think Russell's criticism is purely on Loki's sexuality revealed being a bit tame. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. And so it's good that he was able to mend fences with someone that he spoke to. I like that. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Jim Barr was saying he won't be able to get it because he's on BBC America. They'll probably have to stream them online or wait till the box sets become available. RTD said he'd do 4 more series past 14. I miss John Williams as an amazing composer, just in general. Yeah, no, those are all great points.
John Williams doing Doctor Who would be great. I mean, obviously, but just
yeah, it would be anyone would be great at that. Anything he does, he can read, he can compose the phone book, and it'd be great.
Christoph Beck, he did the score for Buffy way back in the day, and so I've been a fan of his since I was 14 years old. He did WandaVision, Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's done a whole bunch of great stuff. He would be great for Doctor Who, and he already works with Disney.
Yep. And that's almost the problem, actually, with him and with Natalie Holt, is they're so busy now doing the Marvel movie stuff that could just mean they're not available.
Many, yes. Christoph is one of those composers that is always working, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like Michael Giacchino. I'm like, how? I am so tired all the time. How are you writing music for all of these things? Brilliantly.
People don't realize. A lot of people don't realize he's the one who directed Werewolf by Night.
Yes, great job, amazing job.
And his son's a composer.
How? I'm so tired. How do they do it?
Right.
I can't do a basic video and look at this mess behind me. It's like these people are just so much energy. Did they sell their soul to the devil? Did they do like Bob Dylan said? I sold my soul to the devil. That's why I can do all these songs.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't mind seeing something along the lines of you get a lot of Danny Elfman with Shirley Williams. The Batman the animated series.
Okay. I have that somewhere.
It all sounds like Danny Elfman. 99% of it is not. It's someone else whose name I've lost, and she's done it for him a few times. I think she also did the Flash series in the 90s, running off of Danny Elfman. So I'd love to see a similar sort of a thing where it's like, okay, great, here's your main themes from Murray Gold.
Shirley Walker.
And Walker. There we go. Yeah, and she's brilliant on her own, and I love Danny Elfman. So the fact that she can and does just play so well off of that
style, yes,
exactly.
In a similar vein, the theme song for Desperate Housewives was composed by Danny Elfman, and again, it's that like Danny Elfman think dong style, and then the series itself is composer Stephen Jablonsky. Never Danny Elfman again, but it follows that style so well,
and
so many. Yeah, absolutely, exactly.
No, it's gonna be.
Let's do a whole episode about music.
Yeah, we really could. I'd love to see a Japan anime composer do the Doctor theme. That could be interesting. I'd love to see that, like, for one of the animated ones.
Yes,
that could be interesting. And again, we're getting all these spinoffs, so anything goes. But yeah, no. So yeah, basically, my list is similar to everyone else's, just to kind of cap everything off. Even though it wasn't on Tom's list, definitely Runaway Bride, just so you get the beginning. Definitely Stolen Earth and Journey's End, because you need to get that end. Partners in Crime is, again, her coming back. So those are kind of your big benchmarks if you can see nothing else.
Right.
And honestly, though, we've got a month. There's 16 episodes. We've got at least a couple of weeks, and there's only 16 episodes. You can even if you put it in the background, for heaven's sake, please don't do that. Just watch the things. You can get.
They're a pretty solid unit too. You can just watch these 16 and not have to worry about too much other stuff either.
The only episode that I would say, if you aren't sure you'll have time to skip, is Midnight, because that is it's a companion light.
It's 2 minutes.
Yeah. It has nothing in context of what's going to come. There's just nothing there. But the rest of it's just, there's so much good stuff in that season to learn going forward. Because that is, again, that's part of what we're doing. This is get yourself caught up. And there's so many important bits of lore in there throughout the season, not just with with the Doctor and Donna. Watch midnight on Halloween. Okay, no, that's fair.
That's a good one.
That's valid. I'm okay with Doctor Who being back on Saturdays, but not against Strictly Come Dancing in the UK, guys. That's valid.
I have a thing. Let me see if I
thing.
can find it quickly enough and send it to you. But it's
Okay.
from the marathon episode that we just did on X's for show. And we made 24-hour marathons of like what we thought would be fun Halloween content. And 4 of my hours were dedicated to Doctor Who. They weren't good episodes, but I picked 4 episodes that were Halloween themed specifically.
Mhm.
So it's the werewolf episode, the Vampires of Venice, the Mummy episode, and the Witchfinders. So it's
Okay.
like stereotypical Halloween episodes, and I just thought that was fun.
I don't know if you did say it says message unavailable.
That's okay if it doesn't come up. It's not a big
Yeah,
deal.
not a big deal. But so yeah, I think we're not going to do an after party. I know Tom's got a bunch of stuff to do. We've all got a bunch of stuff to do. I think it's been a fun conversation, if nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't. We've definitely, we've meandered a bit, but not totally far off.
Should we speculate for a moment on
Exactly.
what we sense what could happen to Donna at the very end? Because as we saw on her last episode, when she encountered the Master and she went whoosh, she just thankfully just passed out.
Right.
But what would happen? Well, we know she's going to be fine talking to the Doctor now and go into battle, but what's stopping her from having the same moment she did the last time we saw her? And since he said, I'm not sure if I can save you this time.
Mhm.
Is there thoughts about that? Is she going to live? Is there some way of transference?
I have a bummer theory, but I don't have to share it if nobody wants me to.
Go for it.
But
yes.
I mean, suffice to say, no, I don't think Donna's going to survive. I think, again, favorite book. You learn so many things about Russell T Davies as a creator. And originally, the final episode of the 10th Doctor was going to be very different, much smaller and more intimate because he loves telling human stories. I think Donna might have cancer or something. When she says, "Are you coming back to say goodbye?" I think Donna's already dying. I think this is a different way to close Donna's chapter. I don't know, but Russell loves punching us in the throat. Dad.
Valid. Andrew says Donna may not be real. I think she's real. I don't think it's going to be an illusion because we've seen too much of her for that. That would not be a cool curveball.
The family is
exactly.
there. One last time with Donna.
Let's see.
That hurts. But
next Tuesday is Halloween. Maybe you guys and gals, Melanie and Jasmine, will be in your Halloween costumes then. No, I have no idea what we're doing next week. To be perfectly honest, part of that is still we have a plan for the Traveling Tardis for about 70% of the rest of the year. But we don't know, because we can't know, are we doing one episode that's going to cover all 3 specials because the 3 specials are running back to back in a day or night after night, or are we going to do, live watch parties and still have one episode? We just don't have that information. But we do have Phantasmagoria coming up in November. They're going to do a Christmassy thing, so they're coming in late November, or is it beginning of December? But not on Halloween as they have in the past years. I'm going to have an episode on Doctor Who board games, my yearly pre-holiday shopping season look at some of the cool tabletop stuff you can get. We are looking at doing another shopping episode and bringing in some of the people from like Who North America and maybe the Doctor Who shop in the UK. Trying to get a few of the other things that are not just the tabletop. So yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff planned that we can't pencil in, beyond just a plan until we have those other dates. So hopefully we'll know what's going on. Christian may also have a plan for next week that I just can't remember right off the top of my head. But we will be back in some way, shape, or form next week.
We're back every week.
Exactly.
We'll
Rev,
always be here, guys.
Where can we find you? What are we doing, Rev? Where give us your everything.
Well, you can catch me on youtube.com/@ReverendAmagon, which I'm known there as the page is called Tasty Cake. Yes, people have been texting, commenting on here. That's me. I am Tasty Cake, where I'm just going to ramble on and do an after show, possibly the show, I don't know, or do something that Kevo took care of for me and make it happen on photo paper.
I do what I can, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Kevo, where are we going to find you? What are you up to in the next few weeks?
What am I up to? The usual. X's for Show is a great media response video series. We meet regularly Sunday and broadcast generally at least twice a week beyond that. We cover comics usually in the middle of the week and super fun media stuff on the weekends. Like Tom just said, we just covered Fall of the House of Usher last week because we're huge Flana heads. But I highly recommend Midnight Club if you haven't watched that yet. It's not quite as depressing as you would think, and it'll be a pretty good Halloween watch. Other than that, we're just covering our usual stuff like Drag Race, Lower Decks. We're excited to be able to cover Doctor Who when it comes back, and Christmas stuff. I love Halloween, but I'm excited for Christmas. So bring it on.
Excellent. As far as I go, normally I've been trying to do some solo board gaming over on my Twitch channel, which is there. I just left it there. I don't normally for this show. Obviously, I'm not home, so I won't be doing that this week. I might pop in there next week. I've got a whack of stuff coming up. Always have reviews. Earlier today, I put out Doctor Who Nemesis, one of the board games that have come out this year. I just redropped the first part of that, and on Thursday I'm going to have a second part of what is probably going to be at least 6 parts of a review on this game over on TheRatHole.ca. So you can find me kind of anywhere doing all of those things. And then starting on American Thanksgiving, or is that we call it in Canada, and a lot of our viewers at home will call it Thursday. Yes, I've made this joke so often that Rev can just, make fun of me on it. But yes, between American Thanksgiving till Christmas, TheRatHole.ca goes basically full holiday season with as many Christmas reviews and other winter holiday reviews as we can. I've got at least 2 Christmas card games queued up for YouTube. I've got a review of a game. I'm hoping to have at least 1 interview for someone kind of fun. So it's looking. Sorry,
Santa,
maybe.
Santa.
Yeah, I've got. This season's gonna be a good holiday season, I think, over at TheRatHole.ca. So definitely join us there. In the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Stampede Wrestling. But seriously, folks, no, thank you guys.
Seriously, I didn't agree to that.
If you're still watching, thank you for watching. Please, by all means, do like this video and anything else you see on our channels. Comment on them because you have to feed the algorithm, and of course, share them so that other people can see all of this wonderful love. And please, by all means, subscribe to not just Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, but myself on YouTube, Rev on YouTube, X's for Show on YouTube. We're all have our own YouTube channels. My YouTube is the same as my Twitch because there's no dot. Thanks, YouTube. But yeah, look up all 3 of us. Please check our channels out as well as Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We will be back next week. Same TARDIS time. Same TARDIS
channel. Me and you, man, we're on fire tonight.
All right. That having been said, take us away, Tony.